Hello, everyone. My name is Sally, and this is the third episode of podcast channel Sally Stories. I made this podcast with the purpose to raise awareness about mental health, which I think should be treated just the same as physical health, especially in my country, Vietnam. I am very glad to see that the younger generations of Vietnam is getting more and more familiar and getting more and more open with the fact that it is completely normal to have mental health issues, and it's actually a lot more common than we think. And everyone feelings and everyone mental health issues are completely valid and understandable and should be respected. However, to some people mindset, going to see therapy or taking care of mental health is not really a common thing, and the stigma against it is still existing in my community, and sometimes it comes from the older generations. If you have any problems with your physical health, like you broke a leg or you have some stomach problem, it is completely normal and acceptable to go to see doctors about it. However, if a person that is feeling like they are having some certain issues with their mental health, like they have been feeling sad all the time or demotivated, or even like issues like anxieties or depression, they have a lot of fear and they have a lot of worries that what if they go to see therapies and then the family and friends find out about it and they will think that the person is crazy, or there are even some saying like, oh, your life is completely normal, your life is completely happy, yeah, you weren't abused, there was nothing like so bad that happened in your life, then it's impossible for you to have mental health issues. And why do you need to see therapies? Why are you exaggerating things? And those kind of words and those kinds of thinking about mental health is what hindering people from taking their mental health seriously. I didn't take mental health seriously when I was younger, not until when I was 19 years old. In 2017, there was this time that I think I would never forget. I was having really bad stomach cramps for like days. It just get worse and worse, and it was during my finals in university. And then I had to go to the hospital. And after so many tests, the result came out that I have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. And then later I have a talk with my doctor, and they say that I need to find my triggers, and they think my main triggers are stress. I never had this before when I was younger. But then all of a sudden, when I was going through a lot of stress, it started to show in my physical health. And then 2 years later, from 2019 to 2020, that was the time that I was going through a lot of turbulence in my life. And then I start to notice a lot of issues on my physical health. Things like I start to have skin allergies that when I went to the doctor, they gave me a bunch of tests to see if I have any parasites, to see if I have like any allergy. Everything came out negative. And then the doctor asked if I was going through any stress, and I said yes. And they say that they think all of these skin allergies came from stress, because when you have stress, it may affect your immunity and your body may become more sensitive to other things. Afterwards, all the doctors told me that they were not going to prescribe me with any medicine, and they think the best solution is that I should see some therapists, and I shouldn't be so afraid of doing so. And I did. I went to see some therapists, and my skin allergies disappeared, my chest pain disappeared. After a few months, I was working on my mental health. I think after a series of events, I had an enlightening moment when I realized that mental health is not as invisible as I thought it was. And there is a very strong connection between mental health and physical health. If you push your mental health to a limit, one day it will show on your body. It will show through some certain issues on your physical health. And the most important thing is that we should all take care of our mental health just as much as we take care of our physical health. The best example is your medical checkup. Why don't you do the same to your mental health? Going to see your therapist every year or every 6 months. Not because you had something really big just happen. Take it like a catch up with a friend where you share about your thoughts and your feelings throughout the year. It's like a quick assessment to see how you're doing with your mental health lately. That is the kind of routine I really want to build for myself. And if I have kids, I will encourage them to do the same in the future. Especially that it is a very tough time nowadays. There's a pandemic going on, there are intense lockdowns, and I think that all of our mental health are somehow being affected. We all have some anxieties, we all have some sadness, some worries. Some of us may have some disorders, some of us may have depressions. And I think that we should all talk to each other that it is completely normal and valid for everyone to have certain issues with their mental health. That you don't need to go through a big bad thing in your life to have your mental health acknowledged. And when we all feel something's different in our mental health, I think we should all proactively do some research, read some articles, or seek for professional people, professional tools that can help us and accompany us in our journey of taking better care of our mental health. The reason why I'm named this podcast Anxiety is Like a Broken Leg. Because if you have a broken leg, you can ask for a few day leave or you can take some medications about it. And even some workplaces, they don't even allow you to take a few day leave so you can take care of your mental health. The main message of this podcast is to take your mental health seriously, just as seriously as you take your physical health. And when you start to see the importance of your mental health, you will learn how to see the importance of other people's mental health. And then each of us will create an environment where all of us respect mental health. We will create families, workplaces, and communities where people respect each other's mental health, where it is completely normal to ask for a few day leave to focus on feeling better, where it is okay to go to therapist, and when it is okay to take medications to support your mental health, just like how you take medications for your physical health. Thank you everyone for listening to my podcast, and I wish each and every one of you and your family a lot of good health, happiness, and success. Thank you again. Have a nice day or a good night. I'll see you in the next episode.